You may recognize Art from a previous video where he made over $150,000 on an account with the funded trader. And now, a year later, he's made a similar amount, this time with Smart Prop Trader. Since his first interview, this trader has earned payouts from many different prop firms, including some that didn't pay him out fully. We'll cover all of this along with going into his personal trading strategy all in this video. Here he is.
Oh, awesome. Hey, thanks, Blake. Thanks for having me on. Very exciting to be on with you again one more time and for us to talk about payouts that I'm getting.
Of course, I'm sure that feels really good. What's new on your end, and mainly with in regards to trading and prop firms? Are you still getting the same strategy as the last time I interviewed you on this channel?
Yeah, strategy hasn't changed. It's been the same strategy that I've been using for years now. And hey, if it's not broken, why fix it, right? If it works, it works. Don't mess with it until it's not working anymore. But no, as far as strategy stayed the same, I did change some of the symbols that I'm trading. I believe last time we had an interview, I had a large payout on NAS 100. Currently, I'm mostly trading gold, so that part did change.
And I think that's really a testament to see that just sticking through with one strategy is really the best overall strategy with prop firms. Would you agree with this?
Yeah, and not just for the prop firms in general. If find what works for you. Don't jump from strategy to strategy trying to find that holy grail, right? Find a strategy that works most of the time and work on it. Back test it. See if there are tweaks that you need to make in order to be more profitable, more successful with that strategy. But no, find a strategy that works. And one thing I can suggest is keep it super simple, right? Don't go into 300 indicators that you have in your chart when it's all messy. Try to keep your chart clean. That's that's how I do it. It works. And a lot of people that I talk to, the less stuff you have in your chart, the better it is.
That makes a lot of sense. Are you still funded with the funded trader, or do you have other funded accounts?
Yes, I have multiple accounts with multiple firms, still funded with Funded Trader, funded with SPT, 8, and top tier, I believe. But no, it's a lot to keep track of. So
Gotcha. And then how's your payouts so far been? Do you have a running total of your cumulative payouts with all prop firms combined?
yes, I do. It's been good. Yeah, comparing to the last year, I am ahead where I was last year, and last year was my best year. So that's just to give you a little hint where we at.
That's
I'm
super
not gonna
awesome.
get into numbers just because.
Right, makes sense. I definitely respect that. How have you seen with any issues with other prop firms? Have you had any good experiences and also bad experiences with some of the prop firms, such as delayed payouts or not getting any full payouts?
Right, just part of life, and there are so many prop firms out there that are popping out every day. Some of them are not going to be able to pay out if you make big amounts with them, and I'm sure this hit a lot of people with the Australian company that recently went under. I did not get paid by them. It was a substantial amount of money, and after they didn't want me to trade with them anymore. And I think part of the reason was because I was making too much money. I wasn't profitable for them. But and soon as they didn't want me to be part of their team, they kind of went under within a month. So and then looking at the reviews, they stopped paying a lot of people out. And there was just a lot of red flags. Once if it's a small amount, 10, 20,000, if they cannot come up with 20,000 to pay out somebody, that's a big red flag. Like, hey, these guys are short on money. There's something going on. So just be careful.
How would you go about distinguishing between the legitimate and unlegitimate prop firms?
Well, obviously, you want to look at the track record. You want to look at the reviews. I'm sure every company is going to have bad reviews. It's just part of life. Somebody's going to get pissed off sooner or later at something. They're going to leave a bad review. But overall, if you take a look at the total reviews, see if there have been instances where this company did not pay out, or some other items that came up that are potentially could be red flags down the road. So I would say reviews, just look at the company in general. If they're offering you these $1 million accounts, and you have to pay 6-7 grand for it. Most likely, I'm not gonna bring up any firm in particular, but just do your homework. Don't be stupid. Don't think that every firm will pay out.
I think that's a really good point. That's actually one that Angelo and I were talking about in our recent interview that we had together, that you really have to pay attention to, is the prop firm even making money themselves? They have to make money when you make money. And you want the everything to be aligned there, so that if you do have that huge payout, they're not going to give you just a fraction of what you're owed, and they're not going to kick you out. I think that's very, very important.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You hit it on the nail right there, nail on the head.
So in regards to your recent experience with Smart Prop Trader, you've received a couple payouts now. The 100,000 wasn't in a single payout. How has the payouts been each time?
By far, you guys are the fastest payouts, and I have to give props to Ryan. I don't know when that guy sleeps. Your request to pay out at 12 o'clock at night, he'll be like, "Hey, I'm on it. I'll send it over to you shortly." Like, dude, when do you sleep? No, it's been great so far. I received, I'd say, about six or seven payouts with Smart Prop. The increments of about 25,000 each. And yeah, it's been great. It's very easy. You guys have done a lot of updates to when, I believe, in the beginning, I remember when you would click on payout, you would get an error message. Then I would have to reach out and be like, "Hey, did everything go through? Am I missing something?" But now you click on it, you get an email, you have received your payout request, it will be processed shortly. So definitely, as the company grows, I'm sure there are things that will need to be tweaked, but you guys came a long way, being only a few months in the business with this company.
Gotcha. Well, I can say from our end as well, Smart Prop Trader loves having you. You're one of the most consistent traders, which is super awesome to see with those multiple payouts and everything. So that's really, really been fantastic to see from your end as well. What advice would you give to other traders that want to become funded prop traders?
Right. So I'm sure I bring that up on every interview I do. It's not a fast game. You have to take it easy, especially with prop firms. There are daily loss limits, max loss limits that you can hit. And the prop firm challenges are designed for only certain people that are following the rules, following the risk management to pass. And a lot of people would just YOLO it. 20, 30 lots and see what happens. And I mean, if you're treating it like a business, sure, I can see that being, because that's part of my strategy as well. Is if I have 5 challenges, 10 challenges at $900, that's 9 grand cost me. And if I have a $30,000 payout, the difference is my profit, right? So it just depends, because I'm trading with a lot of firms, and I don't have time to trade 0.1, 0.2 lots, and it will take me forever to hit my profit. So usually when I take a trade, it's like from the strategy that I'm using, it hits it. If not, it's something what went wrong. Let's see. Let's go back. Let's see where did I go wrong. So people that want to get into this business, I call it business because it is business if you look at it. But prop trading, take it easy. Don't rush. Take only the trades that you are confident in. Don't find that strategy that works for you. And risk management, most important, risk management. Don't blow your account on the first trade.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and I really appreciate you getting into all those details. What really brought you to Smart Prop Trader in the first place?
So I'm always looking for new companies that are coming out that want to, again, for me, it's a business. So I want to have multiple accounts with multiple firms. And I was looking for a new firm after the Australian company went under. But you guys came up, and I gave it a try. That was before you came out as the CEO of the company. But I started talking to Ryan, and he's from Michigan. I was like, "Oh shit, I'm from Michigan too." And we started talking, and then we went grab lunch together. I had a good feeling about the firm, and then it was revealed that you're part of the you're the owner, and they're like, I know, like he's a good guy, and and it went from there.
Well, I really appreciate that you caught on to the family aspect of the company. That's something that we've been trying to push really hard. Is that we want to be there for people. As you've seen, the Discord is absolutely exploding in growth right now, and I think that the reason for that is because of the family centricness of this particular prop firm.
Oh yeah, 100%. And again, with like I said with Ryan, he's always hands on. He's If anybody has a question, he'll be the first one to respond before the support team gets on the question. So that brings a lot of value to the company. When the management is hands on, it's a good sign.
Yeah, Ryan's a legend. I feel like people are coming to the company just for him and talking to him in the Discord. I think it's pretty awesome to
He's
see
a
him.
funny dude.
So let's go ahead and get into your strategy in just a little bit. But before we do, just one last question about Smart Prop Trader. What about the company really sets it apart from other prop firms in your opinion?
Uh, it's the price, right? The price of the challenge is one of the lowest, or one of the cheapest ones out there, if not the cheapest one. Um, Also, the no minimum trading days, lower profit targets, um, just a lot of things. Like you said, the team. I have my full. I know you guys will do what's best for the trader. You want to stay in business, and that's it's a big thing for me.
Yeah, it feels really good to be part of another prop firm that's growing so fast. Of course, I'm still affiliated with the Fund and Trader, still working there as well, which is now one of the largest prop firms in the world in general. But now Smart Prop Trader is also growing so incredibly fast, and I love to be part of both of these journeys at the same time. And it's so awesome to have you as a Fund and Trader on both of these platforms. It's so awesome.
Yeah, it's again, right, like we talked. I try to stay with the companies that are reliable, and both of the companies are very reliable. Part owner, but in on the trader, and this is your company as well, and it just gives me a good feeling.
Awesome. I love to hear that. Well, is there anything you want to mention before we touch into your strategy?
Um, we touched base on a lot of things. Like I said, I want to tell the new traders that are getting into this industry, don't give up. You're gonna fail challenges. It's part of the game. You're gonna fail a lot of challenges. Just don't give up. It's gonna click for you. Take it easy. If you're having a bad week, step away. A bad day, step away. Recharge and come back. It took me years to get where I am, and now I get a lot of messages. People are like, how did you getting these payouts? I'm like, guys, it took me forever to get where I am. I didn't just wake up one day and was like, oh, I know how to trade. It was many sleepless nights, a lot of back testing. So just don't give up, guys. It's gonna click for you.
I love that. That's awesome. Let's go ahead and jump over to sharing your screen. We'll go over your strategy.
Sounds good. So let's see. So for the most part, currently I'm trading gold. Um, my strategy hasn't changed from what it was a year ago when we did our interview. I trade support and resistance, break and retest. For the most part, I trade on a higher time frames. I trade on a 4 hour time frame. I don't jump to a lower time frame for an entry. When I take my trade, it's most likely it's gonna go in the way I expect it to go. So I always mark up my areas, uh, and I keep them on. And I don't clear my screen, so I keep them on just because most likely it will come back to that area at some point. So if we look at even today, I think I'm actually up about 29,000 with Smart Prop Trader as of right now. It's at my TP1. I'm hoping to hold it until TP2, but we'll see. We'll see how the markets do. Uh, so this morning, right, we even if we go back to yesterday, we started seeing candles going down. We came back. We tested this area one more time. It became a support. We tested it. I was waiting to see if we break through it. Once we did break through this area, I took my trade, and 8 hours later, we're about what 41, and we're about at what 21. So about a $20 drop on gold. If you're trading 20 lots, or 30 grand, 40 grand. So for my strategy, like I say, it hasn't changed. Support resistance, especially with gold. She likes to respect support and resistance areas unless there are news. If I have any other pair, if there are news, it will go crazy all over the place.
Gotcha. And then do you use any other sort of EAs or indicators or anything else, or is it this strategy?
I looked at it, but I really don't. I was looking to, tweak it up, see if, maybe I can make it, optimize it, make it better. But what I've noticed, for me, this is the best way to trade. It works for me. If it works, why mess with it? So I'll stick to it, to this strategy until it doesn't work anymore, and then we'll get back to the books and try to try to find what works.
Well, that's awesome. It sounds like you're going to probably receive another payout pretty soon as well. That's so
I have one that's pending that should be, I believe it's due on Friday, and this will be the second account. So I try to keep 400,000 with you guys because that's the max you can do. So I try to, stack them. So when I get one payout, next week I get another payout.
Well, that's a really cool way to do it. I love that.
Hey, like I said, it's business. So
thank you so much for showing that your strategy, and I'm sure that helps out a lot of traders that you really don't need a super complex strategy. That even this kind of strategy is actually extremely profitable, and it's so awesome to see that you had so much success with a relatively basic strategy.
Yeah, what I've noticed, if there's a lot of indicators, a lot of stuff going on, it's easier for you to mess up. So try to keep it as clean as you can.
I totally agree. I think from what I've seen from mine as well, the traders who do keep it more simple tend to have more success.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Thank you so much for coming on this interview. Congratulations on over $100,000 in payouts with Smart Prop Trader.
Thank you. It's great to see you. Great to be here again. Let's do one another at 200,000.
Awesome. I love to hear it. Thank you so much for watching. I cannot wait for the next huge payout with SPT. If you want to find more payout proof, get support, or join one of the fastest growing prop firm communities, check out the second link in the description below. As I said in the intro, Art has been trading and getting large payouts from prop firms for a while. Check out Art's first ever prop firm interview right here. He's already come so far, which I'm so happy for him. Also, let me know in the comments below what you think about this video, along with Smart Prop Trader in general. I'll be reading and responding to as many comments as possible there. See you in the next video.